Hey everyone, this is Alex, and right now I am riding on Etihad's A380 first apartment, and this is probably one of the most spacious first class products out there. But there are actually plenty of reviews out there on the internet, so instead of talking about the apartment, I want to talk about what I'm doing right now in the apartment. And I'm actually playing with a Wii U. You would hook up your Wii U to a TV and then play it in conjunction with the gamepad, but I wanted to see if it was actually practical and possible to play a Wii U on an airplane. And this requires just basically the game console, which is right here below the camera, the AC adapter, and the gamepad itself. So as long as you have the gamepad and the game that you're playing can be played only with the gamepad, you actually can do so, because a lot of airplanes these days have what we call M-Power, which is basically in-seat power. So if I showed you right here, you'll see that the Wii U is plugged into this M-Power port. Now I've had it plugged in for about 15 minutes now, and so far it's working as if I were in my living room. However, I do have concerns about whether the power will temporarily cut off, because if that happens, then the system will turn off and obviously the game will be interrupted. But as you can see here, you can definitely do so. I'm playing Resident Evil Revelations, and the connection between the console and the gamepad are actually just as smooth as what you would expect at home. So even though this plane is moving at however many hundreds of miles per hour, you can get a smooth gameplay experience. Just kind of wandering around. I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm actually a bit lost. The ironic thing is this game is also a 3DS game, and that was actually the original platform, so it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest, to be playing this game of all games. So maybe let's see if I can play something else. Go into the menu, close software. Not sure if you can see that very clearly on the camera, but I'm going to try closing that. The screen looks very white. I think if I focus the camera a bit, maybe it'll look clear. There we go. It's kind of hard doing this when you're flying by yourself. It's a good game. Maybe Mario Maker, which I honestly didn't play much after launch because not enough time, but let's see. Maybe I can get in a quick level. Yeah, this cabin is pretty ridiculous because it's just so spacious. So I have my seat here, which is actually quite close to a typical first class seat. You have a very wide seat with armrests, adjustable controls right here. There's the Wii U that I have hooked up here. And there is the TV. Bed is separate from the chair. Obviously, as you can tell, I was sleeping in it earlier, but there is a admittedly quite narrow but fairly comfortable and well padded bed. So I'm flying actually from Abu Dhabi to New York, which is about a 13 to 14 hour flight. We're about maybe 1/4 of the way through it now, and there's a door right there that blocks you from the activities outside. So, yep, I have my earphones on. Pretty cool window blinds. Yeah, you can see it there. So, let's see. Super Mario Maker on an airplane. Play. Let's see if I can angle this here a little bit. Unable to find a Wi-Fi network. Yes, I mean this airplane does actually have Wi-Fi, but the problem is that the connection would in no way be stable enough. Actually, apparently the game hasn't been updated in a while, so let me close Super Mario Maker out. And I do want to mention that I am playing the eShop versions of both Resident Evil and Super Mario Maker. I didn't bother bringing a disc-based game because, well, I'm sure it would work fine in the event of sudden turbulence. Maybe the disc might skip or might otherwise be unstable. Try Super Mario Brothers U. Maybe I could get in one level on that. It's kind of awkward, but I haven't played this in a while, so I'm not too good at it. Ow. Good thing I have 99 lives. I'm going to face away just a little bit so I can have an easier time playing this. Oof. Despite a bit of rustiness, this game is as easy as I remember. Oh! Well, I just died after a very close call with a hammer brother. Yeah, this isn't the best Mario game out there, but it's not bad. I don't know if I would have launched an entire system with just this game, but it's pretty fun. Actually, now that I play it in an environment like this, I think this might have been good as a handheld game. Alright, cleared it. Well, anyway, yeah, that is the Wii U on an airplane. And I just wanted to end on one final note. There is actually a an HDMI port. Let's see, right there, which I personally have never seen on an airplane before. Unfortunately, I don't have any HDMI cables to test it out, but I'm assuming if I plug it in, plug the Wii U or actually any other console or any PC into the HDMI port, I would assume that a lot of it would be transmitted onto the TV here, which would be very interesting. So I don't know if I'm going to have another chance to ride Etihad's first class anytime soon, but if I do, maybe I'll try using a PS4 next. Alright, well, thanks for watching. See you on the ground.